Thanks so much for having me. I'm delighted to be here, and I'm thrilled that all of you came to Capitol Hill to talk about the crisis in democracy and human rights all over the world. We have authoritarianism and racism and tribalism and anti-Semitism and all of these reactionary forces and tendencies all over the world cracking down on people's democracy, cracking down on people's human rights. And so leadership today requires a lot of courage, a lot of intellectual focus and concentration, a sense of history, and then also a sense of optimism about the future. So I hope that all of you will cultivate your leadership skills and train yourselves to be leaders. There are no leaders without followers, so I want you to be good followers too. Follow other people who are setting a good path ahead, so you can be a good leader in some contexts, you can be a good follower in other contexts, but there's no leaders and there's no followers without destinations, without goals and objectives, and those goals and objectives have to have a moral content to them, the dictators and the despots and the bullies, the authoritarian regimes of the world have set themselves on a path against the human rights of the people. For them, politics and government are all about power. They're all about wealth and control. And we have to maintain our solidarity among the peoples of the world to defend human rights and to defend the idea that government must be an instrument for the common good for everyone, and society must be something that nourishes each and every individual. It's not for a small group that controls power, it's for everybody, and everybody has to have an opportunity to participate, to become part of history, and not just be the subject of other people's power games. So those are my basic thoughts for all of you. I'm sorry that I don't have more time to hang out, but I've got to get back because we're about to vote again. It's been a crazy day, but I think I can stay till 5 after 5. If anybody had any questions or anything, I'd be happy to answer any questions, or I'd be happy to let you go.
House just passed the Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act unanimously. And if you have any question for Congressman, ask. Yeah, Wang Ming? She's from Hong Kong.
Hi,
Oh, wonderful.
Congressman. Very,
Wonderful.
very honored to meet you. As Dr. Yang has said, the House has passed the act. I wonder how can we, the Hong Kong people, because we're very enthusiastic for the U.S. to help us, because within our territory we simply cannot seek justice. So we really, really need to get as much international support as possible, especially from the U.S. So at this point, what do you suggest that Hong Kong people can do to help you to help us?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, but thank you for that question. We're very excited about the resolution that we just passed in favor of human rights and democracy and the sovereignty of the people in Hong Kong. And we need to figure out other ways that we can help to build up the strength of democracy in Hong Kong by aiding civil society and defending people's rights against invasion and attack. So I'm involved with a group called the Tom Lantos Commission in the House of Representatives, which is interested in standing up for people's rights and speaking for people's rights. We like to adopt particular people who are political prisoners, particular people who have been treated unfairly by occupying powers, by oppressive forces, and so we can do that. So if get in touch with us. I'll leave you my card, but you can get in touch with us if there are certain cases you think that we should adopt in order to stand up with the people in Hong Kong.
Yeah, thank you, Congressman. The Tom Lantos Commission for Human Rights, the chair, Congressman Garvin, came to our conference yesterday morning, and co-chair Chris Smith also came to our conference.
Yes.
Hello, my name is Gani. I represent East Turkestan National Awakening Movement and Free Kazakh organization. So I would like to ask, in Kazakhstan we have 30 years of dictatorship of Nazarbayev, and he's illegally selling our lands to China, our mineral resource. He's making Kazakhstan basically China. So I would like to ask, can US do any like acts, Magnitsky acts, maybe against of dictator Nazarbayev, his family, or some like authorities in Kazakhstan who shot people who go to peaceful protests, or they prisoner political, a lot political activists? This is first question. And the second question, is there any way that US can also create some act regarding East Turkestan, which is so-called Xinjiang, where locked up illegally about 3 million of Uyghurs, 500,000 of Kazakhs, 50,000 of Kyrgyz and other Turkic people. So is US doing something to create some acts against all of these authorities? Any plans?
Not that I'm aware of, but send me an email and then we will explore whatever might be able to be done. It's quite possible that there are existing sanctions and levers that are available to us that we could employ, or that we could try to urge the State Department to move on. But if not, it's possible we could legislate too. So I'll leave you my card as well.
Thanks so much. And I do have I have video testimonies of 6,000 video testimonies of relatives who relatives locked up in concentration camps. So I can give a copy I brought with myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Very
Thanks
good.
so much. Sure. Sure. Thanks so much.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for standing up for human rights in
Thank you.
Kazakhstan.
Thanks so much.